Hey ladies and gentlemen, look at this and tell me if this is crazy or not.
New friend in our class. Well, this, Huckleberries, is my friend Nash. It's their first day in our class. They're just looking around at all of you, and they're so curious to know who you all are.
Today was fun. It was really interesting though, knowing going in, being like, I don't know what questions kiddos are going to have or what they're going to say, which is both like nerve-wracking, but also kind of exciting. It's that place of not knowing as a teacher and just being okay with that.
And the friend likes to ask the question, are you a boy or a girl? And Nash answers, I'm just a kid.
But kids can be boys or
They can be boys or girls. Yeah.
Or maybe non-binary.
Yeah.
It was just like non-binary, yeah. That's just something that we know. And this is something, I mean, it's like...
I'm not sure if you saw that. That was a kid quite big with a LGBTQ shirt that said non-binary.
They're 4 and 5 years old, and they just didn't make a big deal out of being a boy or a girl.
And I think it was a huge testament to how much we've been talking about it in the classroom that you never mentioned the term non-binary. It was a child who brought that up because it's constantly in conversation.
Yeah, just like me. So Nash, just like me, is non-binary. So they aren't sure if they're a boy or a girl. So when people ask them, are you a boy or a girl? Right now they just feel like saying, I'm a kid. They're figuring it out.
Why does he like stars?
They like stars.
They like stars.
Yeah. And they are
Why did
really...
he wear a star shirt?
They wore their star shirt because it's their favorite shirt, and because they were nervous today, they thought they would wear something that makes them feel special.
You're nervous? Sounds more like you are nervous because you want to come out as non-binary instead of being nervous if they can paint or count 1 plus 1 is 3. You know, the way you guys like to count. Rather weird how they're happy that a kid that nobody mentions it. But for some odd reason, that's the only kid with an LGBTQ shirt that knows what's non-binary.
And I think it was a huge testament to how much we've been talking about it in the classroom that you never mentioned the term non-binary. It was a child who brought that up because it's constantly in conversation.
Of course, it's super recorded, pre-edited for the explanation. You guys must be bugging. So anyway, we're reaching the end. Let me know what you guys think about the whole situation. I don't understand why they see it as their mission to project something in their own life when you're supposed to teach something that they can use with everybody in the world. So from my island, I'm from Curaçao. I learned Dutch in a Dutch school on Curaçao because the colony is from Holland. We learned there also English and Spanish. In other words, before we leave the island, we have learned 4 languages because they know our language can be used somewhere else, and Holland gives us the opportunity to learn in Dutch to have any job we want in the world. Also from Curaçao, but back in the day we didn't have that anyway. Now we do. But the point is, they also learn you Spanish and English because they're like, you don't have to stay in Holland, you can conquer the world. Teach kids what they can use to conquer the world, not by being non-binary. Why don't you go teach people, I don't know, in somewhere in India, China or whatever. Let them learn what non-binary is. Then I'm like, okay, that might be useful. But the fact that you're saying like, I'm just a kid. I never heard a kid care so much if they're a woman or a man. They don't really care. You care. Am I the only one or am I crazy?